In my early 30s, I came to the realization that I just could not spend the rest of my life sitting in front of a computer, working 10 to 12 hours a day, writing computer code or fixing problems. I just couldn't do that. I knew I needed a change. I'm Steve and I'm 39.
And I'm Courtney and I'm 36.
And we retired in our mid-30s with $870,000.
And live a little bit outside of Tucson, Arizona. What's nice is that our day-to-day lives both have structure, but they don't have to. Because we don't have full-time jobs, we can choose to do things on a Wednesday or a Tuesday or whenever.
Early retirement for me isn't about just not working, it's about freedom. The freedom to design your day to do whatever you want during the day. So for me, that means getting up around 6 a.m. Maybe I work out for a couple of hours. I mess around on the computer for a while, do email, social media, that kind of thing. We go out and take walks with the dogs at about 10 a.m. The freedom is a complete life-changing event. My wife, Courtney, has always been way more of a saver than I was. Before we got married, I had the house in the suburbs. I had a supercharged Corvette convertible. I had a brand new Cadillac CTS. I had a Yamaha R1 sport bike. I had all the toys. I spent a lot of money.
We figured out we needed to save between $800,000 and $900,000 as long as we kept our lifestyle pretty minimal and did some big changes like moved into our Airstream and were able to keep our monthly expenses down to a minimum. It also included more normal things like cutting our restaurant budget way down. I think at one point we're down to, at max, $50 a month combined for anything outside of the house. We tracked all of our groceries. We got rid of all of our subscriptions that we weren't actually using.
We decided that we wanted early retirement more than we wanted some of the nicer things in life that other people might want to spend money on. So for us, the trade-off was worth it.
So we maxed out both of our retirement accounts. We also saved more money than that. So at one point we were saving 70% of our combined income. So all of my income and some of Steve's. And that was going into our 401ks and Roth IRAs, but also into a brokerage account and a savings account.
As a married couple, we have a combined checking account as well as savings account. We keep everything together. That makes it simple for us. So we talk about every single purchase. We agree on everything that we spend money on, and it's very easy. Usually, Courtney is the one who is managing the day-to-day, and I use that term loosely because there's just not that much to manage. We have a grand total of $0 in debt.
Yes.
So that includes our groceries, our restaurants, and also one of the most important things in our day, happy hour.
Our happy hours.
Yeah.
We enjoy those. We will go to a grocery store about 45 minutes away once every week and a half or so for a normal shop. We also get veggies from our community farm through a CSA program, a community-sponsored agricultural program, so that's once a week. And then we'll do our big bulk buys at like Costco in Tucson. And then for dental, we live very close to the Mexican border, and cleanings across the border in Mexico tend to be about $25, so not too bad. Day to day, we don't actually spend that much time on our general finances, but maybe 5 to 10 minutes a day, a total of about an hour a week, will be spent looking at everything and making sure everything is still going the way we want it to, and we're not gonna run out of money in any of our accounts. So we take a look at what our net worth is currently, and 4% of that or less is kind of our budget for the year. So if we're having a good year and we're making money, we can be a little bit more flexible with our lifestyle. And then if we're in a down market, we will really cut back. Our rule of thumb when it comes to when we actually sell our investments and take money out is we only do it in an up market if we can help it, which is why we have that savings account there. And we'll sell stock to get money in an up market if, one, we need to replenish our savings, or two, we have a big purchase that we're planning to make in the near future.
We were in a little mini but sharp recession, and my friends and some of my family were begging me to sell to get out of the market because everything is going to crash. But for us, we did not do that. We did not sell a single share of stock during the economic downturn. And since then, we have recovered about 150%. So that's $250,000, $300,000 since April of last year. So we are now in a better position than we were before, precisely because we did not try to time the market. It was my first representation of freedom after work. We got to live in here and travel the country for a living. That was awesome.
We would be traveling sometimes multiple days a week and did an entire trip from our home state of Arizona all the way out east to New York, up to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and all the way back down. Working the little jobs we do or whatever from the road, we could really be wherever we wanted to be.
We call our house the off-grid recession-proof house for just that reason. Almost no expenses. We can live here nearly as cheaply as we need to. We have no power running to the house. We have solar only. So that was a prepayment essentially, but we have no monthly payments there. We don't have to pay for water because we use water catchment. We don't have to pay for sewer because we have septic on site. And that was really attractive to us as we were trying to settle down from full-time Airstream, so full-time mobile life. Where do we go? How do we keep our expenses down so we can stay early retired? And choosing a very minimal lifestyle in a house with almost no expenses, that was a very attractive proposition for us. Despite the salary of a full-time job, I really don't miss much about that lifestyle. For me, early retirement is definitely worth it. To handle the pressure of saving a lot to retire early, you have to be okay with making some sacrifices, but yet your life can't feel like a sacrifice.
If you think about it as what you're gaining, like if you have that vision of the future, we used to take a walk every night with our dogs in Tucson and discuss like where we were at and how things were going and what we could see our future being like, and traveling in the Airstream. And having that like end goal and talking about it and keeping it in mind really made it so that it didn't actually feel like we were sacrificing.